Just another day in Alexandria. Carl's taking Enid for a walk. Mrs. Niedermeyer's complaining about not having a pasta maker again. And Carol's making an ice casserole. This will take about 45 minutes to cook. Of course, a lot can happen in 45 minutes. Your whole world could change. And any sense of security you have could go right out the window. Times like that, you need a good mantra to keep you going. And that's what we learn about in this episode of The Walking Dead. Season 6, Number 2, JSS. Spoilers ahead, by the way, just so you know. Now, while last week's episode ended with the horn going off and the walkers turning en masse to head towards Alexandria, this episode actually steps back a little bit, and we get to see where Enid came from. Her development in time from being with her parents being killed by walkers, and then her subsequent time alone wandering through the world trying to stay alive before she runs into Alexandria. And throughout all of this, she keeps repeating or writing down, forming phrases, the acronyms JSS. That is what's keeping her going. We do find out at the end of the episode that is just survive somehow. Possibly something her parents had told her as something as an aside, just a way to get through the day, and has now really become a major mantra for her. Just survive somehow. And that reflects all the way back on everything else that happens in this episode. We flash forward a bit into just some time before the horn goes off, just some time while basically Rick and the gang are dealing with the parade of walkers en masse. And Alexandria is completely unaware of it. They're going through their regular day, doing their regular thing. Now, the one thing the show does really well is in varying tempo, timing, establishing tension or removing that tension very well to give you a nice surprise. And they do this really well, spending time in the beginning showing the average everyday life of the Alexandrians, what they do, what they're going through, what their lives are, how they're viewing the world is very important. And it shocks the heck out of you when Carol's just looking out the window as Mrs. Niedermeyer having a smoke, thinking, oh man, I should tell her to stop that. And the wolves pop out of nowhere and just start tearing people apart. In the space of what it takes to cook a casserole, is 45 minutes, it's done pretty much in real time. We get to see the entire wolves attack, and they are merciless. They're fast. They're in groups. They're en masse. They are killing, they are hacking, they are murdering. They're dragging some prisoners off, but that does not really seem to be their motivation. Their motivation is destruction, and it throws the Alexandrians completely off guard, throws them completely into panic. They're getting cut down left and right. So Rick's gang, who is still staying back at the back in Alexandria, Maggie, Carol, Carl, they got to turn and take care of business, and that is what they do best. Carl is awesome at throwing down, just sticking to what's important. When Enid comes in saying, oh, I'm going to go, he's not having any of it. No, you're going to watch the back door, I'm going to watch the front. We got to make sure that Judith stays safe. He is not spending any time with any ridiculous conversation points. He is focused on the task at hand. Carol is a goddess in this, and there is no denying this. The minute it comes down, she is out in full Carol mode. And one of the nice, I think there was a nice kind of reflection back with the last scene of Rick from the end of the last episode, when he had to stab Carter, Ethan Embry, in the side of the head to put him out after he got his face bitten off. Carol has to do kind of the same type of thing of one of the other girls that's wounded is screaming, is going to draw in the other wolves, and Carol has to kind of do a mercy kill for her. It's obviously a strong emotional moment for her. It's not going to detract from what she has to do, but I think that it's kind of a nice reflection of the Rick and the Carol right there. And then, of course, she goes into full infiltrator ninja mode. And that's Carol. Carol is the ninja of the group. She is great at going undercover, great at just killing it, infiltrating and taking care of what needs to be taken care of. At a port, Morgan shows up just after the big rig crashes into, which we find out is the cause of the big horn. While the Alexandrians are coming in, they attempt to take a big rig into what looks like knock down the gates, but that didn't work. But it does kill the driver and set the horn off on the big rig, which of course is drawing the other walkers from where Rick and the rest of them are dealing with that group. At that point, Morgan shows up. So the horn isn't on for too long. We can't really tell what it is, a few minutes at least, but certainly long enough to obviously draw the walkers away from their intended path and start them heading towards Alexandria. And he is here to help. It's great that Morgan shows up, but he's also still living in his viewpoint of not killing. And there is a great kind of moment, a couple of great moments actually, between him and Carol, with Morgan saying, no, we don't have to kill, and Carol pretty much saying, no, we kind of have to. And from a human standpoint, we agree with Morgan. There should be a way to get through this. There should be a way to not have to kill everyone that you encounter across who's disagreeing with you. The problem, and again, I'm kind of going with them, the problem is tying people up after you knocking them out and then tying them up takes a bit of time. And then most likely Carol's going to come by and shoot the guy in the face anyway. So kind of pointless. So what a lot of this episode kind of really focuses on is survival. What will you do to survive? What is the difference between those who survive and those who do not? It's reflected back even at the very beginning with Enid's parents. The walkers are coming and Enid is trying to warn them, and you can hear the parents kind of joking as they're trying to get the car started. Oh, I guess we can live without turn signals. We don't need that. They're gone. They're not taking it seriously. That's the difference. Who is taking the world seriously and who is not. Jamie, definitely taking the world seriously. Gets in the closet with her kid, guarding off. Now, when people are looking for you and you're hiding and you hear them walk away, you don't just get out then. They could be hiding, they could be around the corner, they could do in the bit. I mean, it happens, and certainly she goes down, and a surprise, she's attacked by a wolf. But her parental instincts kill in, and Jamie's not going to be one that you mess with, because she will kill you and then stab you in the face. Even Gabriel, at the beginning of the episode, is realizing his mistake. He's trying to apologize to Carl. He wants Carl to actually train him, to teach him how to fight, how to survive, which Carl eventually begrudgingly does agree to do, though in this case it's a little too late. Luckily Gabriel does run into Morgan, and the two of them seem to hit off from their viewpoints maybe a little bit closer together. Though, of course, it's hilarious when Carol just comes out, shoots the guy that they're tying up, then hands them both a gun and walks off. Morgan just hands his off to Gabriel, and Gabriel's like, I don't know what to do with these things. I'm not a killer type person. But he is starting to see the world more on how it is. Even Deanna, when she's out with Maggie on the back end, she admits that she's useless at this point. It's better that I stay here because I can't fight. I can't do anything. She at least, again, is taking the situation seriously. And that's what Rick and the rest of the group has really been trying to drill into the Alexandrians. And it has to take a moment like this, where the wolves come and wipe out a huge chunk of them, for them to really realize the world that it is that they're living in. What was the question to Maggie? Is this what it's like out there? Yeah, this is what it's like out there. You guys have been protected. This is how it is. So obviously by the end of the episode, Ninja Carol has taken out a huge bunch of them, gotten to the ammunition, gotten to the guns, grabbed a bunch of those and start to spread out. She's left someone to watch over the guns, point this at the door, shoot at whoever comes in. I was really concerned that she was going to shoot Morgan at the end of the episode, to be honest. But even Morgan does have to kind of make a step. In the last battle that he has, It seems like he kills the guy. He's trying not to, but the wolf is not giving him a choice. It's basically saying, I'm going to keep coming. You were a fool not to do this to stop me. Kind of a little unclear, but there does seem to imply that Morgan's last shot does in fact kill him. So with the wolves gone, place is partially on, well, they've got some fires on, but obviously a lot of destruction, a lot of people dead, a lot of disarray. What they don't know is any minute an army of walkers is going to be bounding against the fence. And that's something that we're probably not going to see until next week. Just one thing after another. And in terms of episode quality, this is right up at the top. The acting, the action, the pacing, the story development, everything is just very powerful. They have started off season 6 with a bang, and it's not a one shot and then slow down. They're going and they're building, and what we can see with the next coming up is just going to be more of the same. And we're going to be checking it all out right here. If you like what I have to say, subscribe, please join the group. Comments in the section below. I love to hear what you guys have to say. You can reach me on Twitter. I'm at Darren Jakes. But I think I'm going to have to work a bit more on this casserole. I'm going to do a little cleaning up while that's cooking. I'm out of here. I'm D. You guys take care. Bye-bye.